Today I wanted to share a little bit of photography inspiration with you. Behind me there is the Natural History Museum here in London. I've come into town today to capture some photos. I've had these photos of the inside of the History Museum saved on my Instagram inspiration folder for quite some time, and I thought today would be the perfect day. It's a bit of a dreary winter's day and I really wanted to come out and shoot, so I'm going to take the camera in there, show you a little bit around the History Museum. It is an incredibly impressive building and an impressive museum that I haven't been to for a really long time. I drive past it and see it all the time and think I must go in there. So today's the day. These are the photos that I've been inspired by. They're absolutely awesome shots. I'll put the people's handles up that have captured them, and hopefully I can capture something nearly as good. But really excited to go shooting, so let's go in there and see what it looks like. Just made it inside, and wow, way better than I even remember. It's super cool in here and a photographer's paradise. But two initial observations: one, is super busy, so it's really hard to capture a clean shot, so you have to get a little bit creative with my angles to eliminate some distraction. And two, you need a really wide angle lens to capture that shot that I showed you at the beginning, the really wide shot to capture all the detail of the internals of this building, which frankly is the most impressive part. So I'm gonna have to pull the old trusty iPhone out and use my ultra wide lens, because the widest lens I have on my camera today is my 24mm. I'm sure I'll still capture some nice shots on it, but I want to go ultra wide, so I use the iPhone. I'm going to shoot in Pro RAW mode to capture the best kind of quality, and I'm also going to try out the normal mode where it captures a load of images and bunches them together, and you can then blend them into a long exposure in post, so we can kind of blur some of those people out again, eliminating some of the distractions. I think that will be the key to today's photography, so without further ado, I better get shooting. Okay, so there's absolutely no chance of getting a clear shot with no people in it, especially with the wide angle lens. And I think I'm maxed out on my kind of angles, shooting through things, trying to blur things. I think I've got some kind of cool ones in there, but I'm going to pop on the 90, which seems a little counterintuitive when you've got such a wide open space. But I think I can capture some nice details with this, and hopefully there's another little workaround to try and get some nice clean shots. That's what I'm looking for. Tricky with people, always tricky in tourist situations, but give everything you've got a whirl to try and capture those shots that you're looking for. That's a wrap. Natural History Museum London photographed. Really pleased, I think, with some of the results. I hope you enjoy some of the footage in there. It's a beautiful museum, and if you're ever in London, highly suggest you go and visit, and hopefully capture a few tips out of this, because it is really difficult to shoot in places like that where there's people absolutely everywhere with zero spatial awareness. In the end, the 90mm ended up a bit too long. I thought I could capture some details, but it was just a bit too close, so I probably go mostly with my shots from the 24mm. But I think some of those things I pointed out already, just to kind of try and shoot through things and use a bit of blurriness in the foreground to pick out the details in the background, and potentially some long exposures as well. A bit tricky in places like that on a camera, because I don't think they would have taken too kindly to me pulling out a tripod. But some of the iPhone shots kind of came out cool, so try all of the weapons you've got in your arsenal to make this shot happen and give you a little bit of variety as well. I'll leave you with a few more shots from the day. And tube strikes in London, so it's e-scooter home, and that will be a wrap for the day. So I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.